All right, let's talk about lesson 15. Here's some of the things you're going to need. You're going to need your rule 1 and 2 cards, which are the C and G, followed by E, I, or Y. This is your only new phonogram. It's the UI, and it makes an OO sound, like in the word fruit. And then I'm going to have out my plain C and G card so I can talk to the students about it. Basically, in this lesson, you introduce the new sound, OO. It can't go at the end of English words because it ends in I, of course. And then you do some exploring with C and G. And I talk about the fact that the K and the G sound are what's called hard. They're hard because you feel it at the front of your mouth, but they're also just more, I don't know, they're more choppy sounding. Whereas when it makes its second sound, S and J, they call that the softening. So it softens. So it's a little more soft in your mouth too. S is a little bit more soft than say K. And so we go over the rules about C and G. I also introduce a silent E rule, which is actually not in the curriculum at this point, but I think it's beneficial for the students to know that one of the reasons we have a silent E at the end of English words is to make that C or G soften. So let's go ahead and go through the list. So I'm going to start with list A. So number 1 is the word cents, like a 5-cent piece. So you're going to go s and s. And make sure you clarify this is the k, s, because that's the pattern we're trying to follow today, right? Number 2, germs, j, z. A couple things to clarify. This is the g, j. This is the s, z. It's a s, not a z. Number 3, excellent. This is a tricky word for list A, so I would split it into 3 syllables. So say to spell excellent. So you've got x, cell, s-e-o, double your o. This is the k, and then ent, ent, excellent. Next is number 4, gift. And this is where you can see the rule in action. It says it may soften to j, but it doesn't mean it has to. Number 5 is equal. So I would say to spell equal, equal. So you've got o, and this is the a. You can either say equal or equal. I kind of like equal better. Number 6 is different. Say to spell different. So you've got d, if. Oh, I apologize. I said it wrong. Different. So you hear both f's in there. So it's d, if, fur, use the of her, and then ent. Number 7 is event. Say to spell event. Event. Try to make sure they're putting their lines over their vowels if they say their name. You can also put that smiley face sound over the vowels if they're saying their first sound. Check is number 8. Ch, e, k. Use the 2-letter k. Number 9 is chart. Ch, art. Chart. Number 10 is dash. D, ash. Dash. Make sure they're putting the smiley face short sound over the a. 11 is finish. Say to spell fin-ish. Ish. Finish. Number 12 is fruit. This is our new root, or this is our new phonogram. So you've got f, oot, and you're going to say use the oo, 2-letter oo that you can't use at the end of an English word. It's our new one. Number 13, say, a. Use the a that you can use at the end of a word. Number 14 is says, but we're going to connect it with say, so they see the connection. So when I say to spell, I'm going to say to spell says, because they already know how to spell say, and I'm just going to add the s to the end. So it's s-a, z, and it's this z. And then number 15 is said, but again, I want to connect say, says, or says, and then said all together. So I'm going to say the same sound. I'm going to say to spell said, s-aid. Use the a that you may not use. Now you may think that's all weird and strange and crazy, and how are kids going to get that? But we want them to see the relationship between say, says, and said. And if you take and look, they all have that same a sound. So for the purpose of spelling, we are going to emphasize the a sound, even though that's not how we say it in English. But remember, pronunciation changes over time, but that doesn't mean the spelling's changed. Going on to list B. Number 1, parakeet. I would say to spell, let me check and make sure. Say to spell par-a-keet or par-a-keet. I would do either one. So it's got p-r, maybe a, and then keet, k-eat. And they're going to use the tall k. And you're going to have to emphasize this is the E-double-E. Number 2, agent. Say to spell agent. A-j-ent. And this j, clarify it's the g-j. Number 3 is ginger. Say to spell ginger. So you've got j-in, and then you need to use the g-j. And then j-er. Use the of her, and this is also the g-j. 2 that are following the rules. Number 4 is collect. Say to spell collect. K-a-o. Use the a-o-u. Lect. O-e-k-t. Collect. Number 5 is delay. Say to spell delay. D-e-o-a. Use the a that you can use at the end of a word. Number 6 is allow. So again, we've kind of got a schwa going on there because we're allow. So we want to emphasize that it's not a U. So we want to say allow, like the boy's name. Allow. So a-o, o-ow. Use the ow-o that you can use. Number 7, tricky. Say to, or it's cylinder. Say to spell cylinder. So you've got s-i-o. Crazy, right? So a couple things you need to emphasize. This is the k-s. This is the y-i-i-e. Sil. In. They know how to spell in. And then der. Use the of her. That's tricky. Number 8 is also tricky. Symbol. Say to spell bal. Symbol. So you've got s-i-m. Again, clarify. Symbol. B-a-o. Okay. Number 9. They just keep getting harder and harder, don't they? Generous. Say to spell us. So you've got j-a-n. This is the gotcha. Use the of her. That's kind of nice. And then us. You've got us. Tell them this is the ow, o, u, It's its last sound. It's the one that you can't use at the end of a word. And then number 10 is recess. Say to spell recess. E. That's the easy part, right? And cess. S. Double your s. Clarify this is the s. Number 11 is suit. This is one that finally fits our pattern. Suit. Use the 2-letter oo that you may not use at the end of a word. Respond is 12. Say to spell respond. E. And then spond. Spond. Use the o. Correct is 13. Say to spell correct. Or use the k-s. Rect. Rect. Also use the k-s. Tweet is number 14. That's kind of fun. Tweet. Eat. Use the E-double-E. Crash is number 15. Ash. You can make sure they're putting the soft sound, or excuse me, the first sound, the smiley face over the a. So that's the first day. So just a reminder, you're going to be going through and you're going to be looking at these words. You're going to be highlighting the first letter in one color, the second letter in another, so they can see where the C is softening, if it's softening or if it's not. It says lots of colors in here. It doesn't mean you have to use these colors. Please feel free to use whatever you want, circles and squares, lines and triangles, any other colors. All right.